Hey friend, welcome to Ask Dr. Betters. I'm Danielle and I'm here with my granddad, Dr. Chuck F. Betters. Granddad, the question that we have for you today is, what role does forgiveness play in healing after a loss?
Well, that's a great question, Danielle. And I want to thank those who write in questions to us. If you look at the comments section, that's where we draw our questions from. So if you have a question, please send it in. We'll do our best to answer it. Forgiveness is so critical to living your life peacefully, and especially after you've suffered a loss. Because oftentimes the person that you've lost is part of the problem that you need to forgive. We find ourselves in conflict all the time. That's what life is. That's why the Apostle Paul in Romans 12 and verse 18 makes this incredible statement. He says, as much as it depends upon you, follow peace with all men. As much as it depends on you, follow peace with all men. Now, if your loss is a permanent loss, that is, you've lost somebody and they're no longer with us, they're deceased, it's virtually impossible to practice forgiveness if that person has offended you, because they're no longer here. That's why Paul says, as much as it depends on you, follow peace with all men. There are some situations in which you cannot follow peace because the person is no longer with you. Well, then what do you do in situations like that? Well, you begin to look for ways to bring peace to a shattered relationship. Think about it for a second. If I have a conflict with you, or you have a conflict with me, and we can't resolve it somehow or another, death or loss separates us. Oftentimes, that conflict involves more than just you and me. That conflict involves other people who maybe have taken sides. And that's where a peaceful man or woman can follow this peace directive and look for ways to bring conflict resolution to the others who have been affected. Maybe somebody who's taken sides with you or taken sides against you, to be able to reach out and offer peace, offer that olive branch, offer forgiveness, seek forgiveness to the people that were involved in the broadening of the conflict. Otherwise, once they're gone, there's no way to follow after peace with them because they no longer are here. So when the Bible speaks of as much as it depends upon you, follow peace with all men, that means even those to whom you have broadened the conflict, or maybe the one who no longer is here has broadened the conflict. But the mandate to forgive does not end when you suffer the loss. At least in your heart, you must forgive the person who wounded you, or the person you wounded, for whatever reason. Forgive them as testimony before God, as part of your public and corporate witness. Be willing to let it go not to speak evil of wrongdoers, either with you or against you, but to speak peacefully, to speak good of the person who's no longer with you, speaking good of the person who has wronged you. Friends, that's not easy, because our hearts are wrapped up in bitterness, and bitterness defiles. It defiles even the best of your intentions. Besides that, I want you to keep in mind that every day when you wake up, you have this much energy to spend, emotional energy to spend on conflict resolution. If you use it all up on one person, or if you spend considerable time rehashing what already has transpired, you've used up all of that energy, and it's all gone. And you don't have any energy for the rest of your life. So spend it wisely. And the best way in which to spend that emotional energy is with forgiveness. That's where you receive the blessing. That's where God gives you even more energy to deal with the emotional difficulties that you face day in and day out. It's much easier to forgive than to hold a grudge. I hope this helps. Visit us at markinc.org for more help. Hope this helps you.